Hi, welcome to our kitchen, where it's big enough that both of us can be in here and still not feel like we're on top of each other. I have on my mic because it's a Saturday and it's raining heavily and whole heap of other noise things going on in the background. So I hope you can hear me. Let's make some soup and have a little yap session. Because Saturday is already a soup day in Jamaica. You know, Saturday soup is a thing. And then because it's raining, it's especially, you can't skip Saturday soup on a rainy Saturday. So I'm gonna make some comforting chicken soup. Munchkin over there says she'll make chocolate cake. Sure, soup and cake for today. Need some cuter yard clothes if I'm gonna be vlogging more often, or lounge wear as one of foreigners say. Yard clothes for me. But excuse me while I'm in my yard clothes making this video. Let's get started. Move out of my way. All right, this is the pot that we're going to be using. As I said, it's just little soup for me and Munchkin. We're the only ones here. So, chicken soup our way. I'm going to use chicken breast, leftover dumpling. We still have dumpling, right? And potato. That's the only thing that we have to go in the soup today, and that's fine. You know, one of the things that I really, really love about this house is that you can see that it's dated. Like when you inspect it, you can see, you don't even really need to inspect it. Once you walk in, you see that the house is dated, but don't look, oh my God, I need to pull this out immediately. Like this kitchen, for instance, I can't wait until I have the money to be able to buy this property if it ever does come up for sale. But moving forward, we are going to speak as if the property is mine. That's how we're speaking it into being. Indulge in the delulu, if you will, with me. When you hear me say, my house, I'm my house. So when you hear me talk about renovation plans, because I'm my house, good. Happy we have that understanding. Yeah. So the kitchen is like maybe third or fourth of the big renovation plans that I would do when I'm ready. But I don't feel like I'm in a dated kitchen that is annoying and I have to do it now. I love the white cupboards. Like even if I redo it, I might still keep the cupboards white. I actually really like the white cupboards. The only thing that I know that needs to be done in here is that I would love to do over the counters and have real granite in here. And yes, want a dishwasher. Jamaicans, we know. What is that? What are you doing? Oh, so you're mixing dry ingredients and wet ingredients separately. Oh, I've never done it that way. But you do it your way. You do what you're doing. Just use the coconut oil. We don't use vegetable oil in this house. Yeah, I would love a dishwasher. And I made sure that I got a kitchen that had space to put a dishwasher. I can see my dishwasher going right there when it's time. Because you see Munchkin baking. I don't know if she got that from me or that's just her thing, but I actually love to bake too. And it's not like I would use a dishwasher every single day, but there are times when it's very heavy traffic in here. Like right now, the two of we in here are the two separate things. There are also times like, and for Christmas, I'm always the one that's hosting. Dishes pack up really quickly around Christmas time. And when I'm baking, it's a really pot dish that man. And washing dishes is not my favorite chore. So yeah, we want a dishwasher in the future. And so part of the redoing of the kitchen would have a dishwasher there. And it would also have a space where I think what do you call that? The garbage is inside of the cupboard somewhere. Because we have one heap of cupboard space, you know. So we can put the garbage beside the stove or somewhere. And I also want one of those little cool, what do you call that? Spice racks that roll out too. One of them could draw something there. Yeah, man. I want all of them something there when I renovate my kitchen. I've always wondered if I would open up this space so it opens right out into the main area. But I think the window that they've created here gives me just enough of the view and gives me extra cupboard space and extra counter space. So I don't think I would change that at all. I really, really, really love the amount of cupboard space I have because I'm a gadget girl and in here soon pack up back with all kind of kitchen appliances, small kitchen appliances. Anyway, let's make this soup now. I only eat chicken breast. And so generally I only cook. Well, I mean, I eat wings too. So chicken breast and, wings. But generally you cook what you eat. And so I thought about that when Munchkin was growing up. I was like, I want to give her the opportunity to come eating leg and thigh if she wants to. And so I gave her leg and thigh when we bought it. Like if I go supermarket and I buy rotisserie chicken, or we go out and we buy certain things. But the picnic just itch up in the skin like roll on. So she just come now. She don't want no chicken with bone. She don't want no meat with bone in it. I don't know how to get that out of her. I wanted her to have her own palate or opinion or whatever that was, so that she's not as restricted as I am. But here we are. Anyways, works for me when I'm grocery shopping. So the chicken is going in my pot. I cut it up into little cubes and I am going to kind of like shred them even more in the soup. And the first packet of, say it with me now, Grace, you can't cook satay soup without this. We're doing 2 packs of this. The first one is going, actually I think I'll only do one because I bought pumpkin. So yeah, the pumpkin will go in the pot. This will go in the pot now to flavor the chicken that I just put in the water. And then I'm going to cut up the pumpkin and put it in there soon as well because I want the pumpkin to mash out. Picnic behind me, she don't like pumpkin. So when I put it in, I want it to mash right out so that it flavors and thickens the soup, but she's not eating chunks of pumpkin. I'm gonna let the chicken itself boil in the water first, come to a boil in the water, and so I can skim off any impurities that comes to the top before putting anything else in the pot. Wash your meaty stuff.
While I'm cooking this pot of soup, I wanted to talk a little bit about what it is like navigating grief, I guess the loss of a parent. Um, a lot of people think that, I would be in that kind of debilitating grief right now where I just can't function, I can't manage. I mean, I haven't even taken time off from work. It's not like I expected it. It's more like, he was sick and I am okay with him being not sick anymore, like not just existing for existing sake, if you get what I'm saying. The last, I would say, year of his life, he has the high blood pressure, but he also had some amount of dementia, I guess, or is it Alzheimer's? I don't know what the proper name is, but his mental was in and out. And so he was not yet at a place where he didn't know his loved ones around him. And I'm so grateful. I'm so happy for that. Anytime I went to look for him, his eyes lit up and he started to recall memories and things like that. And so anytime his friends went to look for him, it was the same thing. And so, I'm happy for that. I'm happy that his mind didn't completely leave us because, there were instances where the way he was, the things that he was doing were just not him. Just not him. And I know he was not here with us completely. And he was, I don't want to say a shell of himself, but there were times when he would act and say things that we knew he was not here. And the mix of him being here and him not being here was difficult to deal with. And I don't want to say too much because it was a lot to deal with. And that mental decline and the actions that came with it, I think I'm in a space, and there's a bit of guilt when I say things like this too, but I think I'm in a space where I'm just happy that he is at peace. Because to me, the saddest part and the most difficult part of dealing with um, his last year or so of life was I didn't see a way to help him. I didn't see a cure. It wasn't like we were working towards, something that, okay, him soon get better. I mean, apparently he would have just continued to decline. And so I know my father. I know that he would not have wanted to be, this shell of himself. And the hardest part about it is that he went when he was only 67-year old. I think that is so young, and I see older men on the street now living happy and healthy lives, and I say, why my father? Why it wasn't him? But it's I'm dealing with the grief in a multitude of ways because, as I said, his last year of life, the decline. I guess I'm just grateful that he didn't have to lose us completely while being here, if you get what I'm saying.
Let's make a little cocktail while we're cooking. We just bought strawberries. We're fancy again. So if I felt like washing out the blender, I had to blend up a nice like a strawberry lemonade situation. But I don't feel like washing out the blender right now. So we're going to keep it simple. What's my cocktail of choice? Holy pies. Holy pies. I'm anemic. I'm going to name out the ice while I'm drinking the cocktail. Watch out, I forget to have carrot. I could have put 2 carrots in the soup. It's not too late. Because I really only bought them to make beef stew. Carrots are going into the soup. A little bit of whites. A little bit. Some water and some lime juice. Let me tell you, I went to the supermarket this morning to buy a lime and $800 for a dozen lime. I said, Papa Jesus, I miss Mexico, where limes were really, really cheap. And some places you can go to a door and pick lime off a tree. Lime tree just grow wild. I guess that's why they're really, really cheap. If I'm feeling extra fancy, I'll put a few drops of stevia in there and have a proper limeade. But I'm not feeling extra fancy today. Perfect Saturday afternoon chiller. All right, the pot, the stove. Let's try this again. You know that one burner, that wonky? It's give me a warm, wonky time. Just peel 2 carrots to go in the soup. Don't be afraid. Just do it quickly and confidently. Oh, it's jiggly. I would get a knife and juke the middle first before I even take it out because it looks very jiggly. Yeah, that's still liquid. It needs 10 more minutes or something. Okay, this soup is nice and rich now that the pumpkin kind of mash out. Catch the pot, but it start boil up back, yes. Almost pot of soup, look, people. Almost here. Chicken soup, bubbling away, bubbling away. Don't watch my dumpling them. And don't watch my dumpling them. Pot full. It feels nice and cool. This is what out in the valley is looking like after the rains.
What a clear, beautiful day after the rainfall. We got heavy rain and it cleared up nicely, and this is what the valley is looking like now. As we said, I watch my dumpling them, leftover dumpling them here from when we cook mackerel and dumpling in the week. We should have cut up the dumpling still before I drop it in the pot, but don't watch my big dumpling them after scoop up the mackerel and dumpling. You see, you hear me say? Good.
This has definitely been quite a rough week. Oh my God, a rough work week between getting Munchkin settled at school. I had to work in office for the majority of the week, and that means sitting in an hour and a half of traffic every morning and at least an hour of traffic in the evenings coming back home. The traffic, it angers you so much. When you reach your work, you don't have no good morning left in you. You just not have no good morning left in you. But we're grateful for our job, we're grateful for our job. But what I'm even more grateful for is that it does have some work from home part to it. And all next week, I should be working from home. Thanks be to God. I don't have to battle the traffic. All I have to do is drop Munchkin down to school, which the school is close enough. I'll be down and back in 30 minutes. Hallelujah. So I'm really, really happy about that. Layer all of that onto the fact that, I'm trying to navigate this space of my father not being here anymore. And, everybody's looking to me to say, okay, what are we planning? What are we doing? And I'm just looking at them like, every time somebody asks me that, I'm like, what do you mean my father's not here anymore? Like, let's go back to that. I'm not in the mental space to do any of that. So I'm happy that other people have taken on the torch. And yeah, so Saturday soup, my pot of bubble. I am happy and grateful, and I am slowly getting back into being me. Saturday morning, I went down and we went grocery shopping this morning, and we spent about $25,000. And then we go in at the home goods store right beside it and spend another 10 grand. And what did I get? I got an iron so that we can iron work on school clothes and just some little knickknacks for, the home. And I was grateful to be able to do that. I went into a bookstore to start buying books for Munchkin, and one book. You tell me if this is right. You see this phone book behind you? That is how one of our maths book them look. You can convince me that she is going to use that thick of a book in 1 year, because it's not even like it roll over to next year. That was volume 1 and there's volume 2 for next year. And I'm just like, on the sick on the head, on the lick on the head. And the book was almost 50 US dollar, almost 8,000, over 8,000 Jamaican dollars. And I'm just like, you kidding me? If one book is $8,000, how am I to buy the whole book list on a madman, on a lick on the head? I'm still contemplating whether or not I'm going to buy that math book, because you cannot convince me that that is a need. No, something else I forgot can go on. Something else I forgot can go on. So we will see how that goes. Because there's no way you get through even quarter of that book in one school year. I think this part ready, Make we taste it and see what it's going with. Not quite ready yet. Some of the potatoes them still look hard. But the pumpkin mash out nicely. That's what I really love about making this soup. Let's see if it needs anything. That's so good. I need a thing. That is good soup. Could have drop a scotch bonnet pepper in there, but pepper them with them never supermarket this morning. Look floxy. You know about floxy pepper. Them they look floxy, man.
I just ended up with a little bit of taste of the soup, and it was really so good. But it hot, rain done fall, so you see me sit down right in front of the fan. I drink my soup because someone invited me to go eat fish and festival, which is another favorite meal of mine. So I just have a little cup of soup, so I could I go eat my fish and festival over back road. Oh, my stay. Oh, my fish and festival stay. Thank you guys so much for staying with me throughout this whole entire video. If you made it this far, drop a fish emoji in the comments. Thank you so much for all the well wishes on my daddy's passing. This is Monique from Kingston. I will see you guys in the next one.